Welcome ESL. We are back to racing as this is ESL Road Week. All our series are racing on road courses this week. And we will start off with the legends in heat number 1 as Eric Belmont has won the pole for the first heat. Second is Forge. Third is Mondavi. Fourth, O'Brien. Fifth, Pitts. Sixth, Krieg. Seventh, Henderson. Eighth, Grims. Ninth, Waters, and 10th is Harvey. Chris Harvey rounds out your top 10. The 10th spot is the transfer position to move on to the featured race. And with that last progression wave, you could already tell we have some new names in the top 10. And Eric Belmont is one of them. It's good to be back, and let's get to racing in heat number 1, 15 laps. And the green flag is out. And Eric Belmont gets a good jump onto the lead. With Eagle in second, Forge in third. As we have a lot of positions switching. As we see, Chris Harvey is in 10th. He is holding on to that transfer spot. Can he maintain that? As we know, he is fast. He's done great the first few weeks of the season. Now Christian's in the inside trying to take that spot, and does take that spot. Christian's been flirting with that, trying to get into the featured race for the last few weeks. And it's possible something happened to Jacob. And Jacob gets extremely loose. It did not, the caution did not come out. See if we can see what happened as Bob Harlow gets into him and he spins out of control. But he is back. He is still racing on the course. The caution did not come out. Eric Belmont continues to lead. Eagle Mondavi's still in second. Stefan Forge, third. Mitchie O'Brien having a good race today. He is in fourth. Tom Krieg in fifth. Another name we haven't really called this season, so he's made some good adjustments in the bye week. Tanner Pitts is in sixth. Matt Henderson is in seventh. Stephen Atwater is in eighth. Tyler Grims in ninth. And Christian is still holding on to that transfer spot in 10th, followed by Chris Harvey. As we see Tyler Grims, he was trying to make a pass there on Stephen Waters. As we have 10 laps to go. Now we see Tyler Grims look to the outside of Henderson, but he loses some grip there. And now he's trying to battle Stephen Waters to hold that position. Now we see Christian still in 10th. But Chris Harvey is a close 11th, followed by Morningstar in 12th. Joshua Bolton 13th, Kobe 14th, Kapoor 15th, Harlow 16th, Q 17th, which is surprising for JQ. He's been running pretty good. But road courses is just a different animal. And we have Skylar Stevens. He is currently in last. But Eric Belmont having a great race, trying to get his first win of the season, regardless if it's a heat or not. That'll be a big boost, morale boost for the number 3 if he can get into victory lane, even if it's in a heat. But he'll lock himself into the featured race. But Eagle Mondavi is very close. We can see if Eagle will make a pass here. As we're about to go past the halfway point of this race. But the top 4 have pulled away from the pack by a few seconds. Your 5th place car is Tom Krieg, and they're a few seconds behind from the 4th place car. Still holding on to 10th is Christian, as we have it was a battle for 3rd. Mitchie O'Brien moves to 3rd, so Mitchie O'Brien's looking good in heat number 1. Stefan Forge has the fastest lap of this heat so far. But it seems like tire wear is coming into play now, so we'll see who can keep up with the lap times. And can Eagle get by the number 3 to win heat number 1? He seems to get wide coming out of turn 7. We saw that the last lap. See it again this lap. That's right on board to 88 as we have 5 to go. Now Mitchie O'Brien's almost to the bumper of the 88. So he seems to be getting strong, but as soon as I say that, it seems like he loses it in a turn slightly, and Stefan Forge almost capitalizes on that. And Christian still holding on to 10th. And Chris Harvey has fallen down to 12th, so Morningstar has taken advantage and passed an 09 at some point. And now he's trying to pass the 55 for 10th as they're side by side. But he doesn't make it happen. Can Morningstar get by the 55? The 55, man, he would love to get into the featured race. He's always been flirting around 11, 12. But today could be the day he could lock himself into the featured race. As we have 3 laps to go. So we have a battle again. Christian's trying to make the pass. He got very loose there. Coming out of 5. And they're still side by side. Christian doing everything he can to not give up that position. But it looks like Morningstar did take 10th away. Christian just cannot catch a break in the heat races as we have 2 laps to go. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. But Eric Belmont is in control of this race. He has pulled away from Eagle. As long as he hits his marks the rest of the way, he will win heat number 1. Great showing by the number 3. They made some adjustments in the bye week, and it seemed to work because he is definitely going to get into the featured race. And the white flag is out. This is the final lap of heat number 1. Let's take a look at 10th position, and Morningstar is holding on to 10th. And it seems like he's going to have that locked in because unless Christian is able to catch him, Morningstar is going to get in. As Christian Belmont goes into turn 8. He crosses the line. And Christian Belmont is your winner of heat number 1. Second is Eagle. Third, Mitchie. Fourth, Forge. Fifth, Tom Krieg. Sixth, Tanner Pitts. Seventh, Matt Henderson. Eighth, Tyler Grimes. Ninth, Stephen Waters. And in the last transfer spot is number 333 Morningstar. He gets into the featured race, and outside looking in, I mean, the drivers that didn't make it: 11th, Christian; 12th, Chris Harvey. He was having a great run, and today just wasn't his day. He did not get in. Joshua Bolton, another driver that usually has some success. Kobe Pierce, Kapoor, Bob Harlow, JQ, Jacob, Skyler, and Randy Pierce. Those guys have to pack it up and go home until next week. But we had a great heat number 1. And we'll be back in a few minutes for heat number 2. And we are back for heat number 2. As we see Lizzie McGlover. She is your pole winner for heat number 2. Second is Javier Vasquez. Third, OJ Alberga. And he is your leader, your points leader in the Legend Series. So he is third. David Stone, man, he's been on fire as of late, and he is fourth. Justice Blackwell, fifth. Bobby Leo Moxon, sixth. Steve Bird, eighth. Harry, uh, Steve Bird, seventh. Harry, eighth. Ricky, ninth. And Sion round out your top 10. The starting position is determined by a 2-lap qualifier. As we get set to start heat in number 2. Pace car comes off. And the green flag is out, and we are off and going. Lizzie with a great jump on the start. That's just a little cluttered. 5 through 10. And we saw in that first heat with that incident with Pierce, he spun out. So it could get a little hectic on the start. We see Bobby Leo Moxon in 6 with Steve Bird in the inside. He was trying to take that position but couldn't get it done. Bobby Brownstone in 9th, followed by Ricky in 10th. And some say is in 11th. But Lizzie McGlover is your leader with OJ in 2nd. He gets by the number 7. And OJ has been having such a great season so far. He has no wins in the featured race, but he has 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. And he is your points leader by 4 points. Chris Harvey was in 2nd, but Chris Harvey did not make the featured race this week, so that definitely the 91 can take advantage. If he gets into the featured race, he could definitely open up a bigger lead in the standings. But Lizzie and OJ have pulled away from the 3rd place car, which is Javier, then followed by David Stone. In 5th is Justice Blackwell. In 6th, Bobby Leo Moxon. And 7th, Steve Bird. And 8th is Harry. And 9th is Bobby Brownstone. And 10th is Some Say. As we saw to the 286, look to the inside of the number 8, trying to make a pass. 13th is Trevor Lopez. And Nolan Pearson 14th. Nelly in 15th. Matthew 16th. Robert Cron in 17th. Darren Lakely is 18th. And Bryson 19th. And Alex Dar rounds out your field in 20th. But Lizzie McGlover continues to lead, and she has pulled away from OJ. So she has been having a great heat number 2. And she is currently 12th in the standings in the Legend Series. As now Ricky, it moves up to 10th. So he is holding on to that last transfer spot. So this week's definitely going to shake some things up as far as who's getting in to the featured race. You know, every week it was pretty close to the same drivers, not all the time, but now with these progressions, you know, things start to change as teams make adjustments to their cars to make them better. Can Ricky hold on to that 10th? As some say he's in 11th. And Lizzie continues to lead. And she has your fastest lap of heat number 2. So she's showing she has some speed in the road course. We do have another road course on the schedule. It is a longer one. It is on the same track that we're on right now, Charlotte, but it is the longer version. But that is not till a few weeks away. As OJ seems to be catching the number 4. So OJ seems to get stronger the longer this run goes. As we have 6 laps to go. As we see the number 7 also catching up to the number 91. Ricky still holding on to 10th. Does the 009 have anything for the number 8? And right behind him is the number 286. So the number 8 cannot make a mistake. Lizzie McGlover still in the lead, followed by OJ's. OJ's right on her bumper. Can he find an opening to make the pass before this race is over? On the road course, you have to find the right spots to make the pass. You can't make a pass anywhere. As we have 3 laps to go. As we come out of turn 5 into turn 6, there's 8 turns in this road course. As you see, OJ look to the outside, seeming like he got a tiny bit loose. But Lizzie holding strong in first. And Ricky still holding on to that last transfer spot. And he is doing a great job holding on to 10th. With Brownstone in 9th. And Harry in 8th. The white flag waves. This is the last lap of heat number 2. It's been a great run for the number 4. Has led this race from start and probably to finish, unless the 91 could figure something out in these last few turns, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. As we head into turn 8, Lizzie McGlover wins heat number 2. And Ricky Bobby gets into the featured race. He holds on to that last transfer spot. First is Lizzie, second is OJ, third is Javier, fourth David Stone, fifth Justice Blackwell, sixth Bobby Leo Moxon, seventh is Steve Bird, eighth is Harry, ninth is Bobby Brownstone, and 10th is Ricky Bobby. Those are your top 10 and your drivers that will transfer over to the featured race. 11th was Some Say, 12th Scion, 13th Trevor Lopez, 14th Nelly, 15th Nolan Pierce, 16th Matthew, 17th Robert, 18th Alex, 19th Darren, and 20th Bryson. And those guys are going to be heading home, and we'll see them back next week. And hopefully next week they can get in to the featured race. The featured race will be around 12:45 to 1 p.m. today. So I will see you guys in a few hours. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys soon.